I think we have learned up to the inline function. Okay, so today we are going to learn the default argument first, and then we are going to learn, if time remains, we are going to learn the function overloading. Okay. Is it visible to all?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
See, I repeat again, as Sir has asked the question. Okay, that's why I'm again asking, informing to the students. See, understanding one language in detail and writing so many different types of program. Okay, nowadays, now you are learning C++. Okay, so you should use C++ to write so many variety of the program, different types of program, which concept is applicable in which program. So that will definitely help you to have a clear understanding of the programming language, and that will help to develop your programming skill. Getting me? So I'm just informing this to you. Okay. Definitely, I have learned the C programming language and all these things. Okay, maybe more than 50-20 years back. Okay. So, but at that time, I, being the engineer, also computer engineer, I say that I learn programming skill or the logic when I have learned the microprocessor. Okay, because we have learned the C programming language and C++ afterward. Okay, but before that, in the second year, okay, when I have in my education or at the time of my graduation, I have learned microprocessor, and I proudly say that I learn all the programming logic, programming skills are developed when I learned microprocessor programming. Okay, so then when I learn microprocessor programming, okay, and then we have learned the C programming language, okay, and the knowledge or the depth that you get developed in one programming language definitely help you to learn any programming language. Okay, so generally we are having, okay, such kind of things. Okay, so that also indicate that if you are very fluent or good, now I'm just considering the general term. Okay, so if you are very good or fluent in one language, maybe Marathi, Hindi, or English, definitely I think learning any other language, and okay, because your thought process, your thinking process, it will definitely help you to communicate very well. Okay, so I want everyone to concentrate now on C++. Start to implement all the concept of object-oriented programming using C++. Whatever the program you are doing in every session, see, we are not having physical classes or physical practicals, but whatever we are learning in online classes, it is must for every student to do it immediately on the same day, okay, and implement it as a program. So once you implement and check the result, okay, then only it will help you to get the confidence or to have more practice. Okay, so whatever we have to learn today, whatever program I'm going to do, I want everyone should do it afterward. Okay. So let us start. I think we have started learning unit number 2. I think we have covered already the points. Okay, just go through it. We have covered the points. Anyone remember which are the part we have covered? I think we have learned about the reference argument. Okay, just coming back to the point. We have covered this point reference argument in previous session. We have learned inline function in the last lecture. We have learned the return by reference also. Getting me? So today we are going to learn the point, or let us start discussion of the what is mean by the default argument. Okay, how function accept the default argument in C++, and if the time remains, we go for the function overloading. Okay, so I'm just moving to the slides. I think we have learned this inline function in the last lecture, so I will not go for it. So I just start with the default argument. Okay, so it is visible to all. Yes, this is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, I have written the first point is C++ allows us to call a function, okay, without specifying all its argument. Okay, I think maybe this is a surprising thing when we read it first time. Okay, means if a function accepts the 3 arguments and I'm passing the 2 arguments to it, okay, then also whether it is going to accept it. Generally, in the C programming language or normal case, it will give the error. Okay, so we are considering that it will give the error because function accepts 3 arguments. I'm passing only 2. Okay, but C++ allows us to call a function without specifying all its argument. In such cases, the function assigns a default value to the parameter. Okay, so what it means is, suppose I am not passed the first value I have passed, but I have not passed the second value. Okay, so the second parameter is not passed. So it will take the default value if it is declared at the time of the function declaration. Okay, which does not have a matching argument in the function call. So that is possible. Default values are specified when the function is declared. So I think when this is possible, when C++ allows this, while defining or declaring the function, I'm writing the function prototype at that time, I must specify the default value. Okay, so if default values are specified, and suppose I'm passing 2 parameters to the function or 2 arguments to the function, and I have declared that these are the 2 arguments are having this is default value. Okay, default value should be considered as this. And if the user not pass any value to the function, then it will directly accept that default value and execute the function. Okay, so that's why it is called as the, so C++ allows the call of function without specifying its argument because we have declared the function with the help of the specifying the default argument. Okay, the compiler looks at the prototype. So that's why I told function declaration and prototype is very important. Function declaration, prototype is important. The compiler looks at the prototype to see how many arguments a function uses and alerts the program for possible default values. Getting me? So what it means is, suppose I'm having the function accept 2 values. Out of that, user has passed only first value. Second value is not passed. Okay, then the second value, okay, will be taken the default value which is assigned by the programmer at the time of specifying the function or at the time of function declaration or by giving the prototype. Okay, and this is something which is known as the concept of the default argument. Okay, so we are going to see very interesting program for this, okay, to clear the concept of the default argument. Okay, so I'm just moving to the next slide to have an example of this. Okay, and then we go to the actual program. Okay, here following is the example shows the a prototype with the default values. Okay, so I am going to do this as one of the example. See, this is my function prototype now. Function declaration now. Okay, so why it is function prototype? Because it ends with the semicolon. Getting me? It is ending with the semicolon. So it is my prototype, function prototype, or it is function declaration. Now, what is the name of the function? Amount. Getting me? So calculate the amount. Is the name of the function having how many parameters? 3 parameters. Float principal is my first parameter, second is the period, and the third is the rate of interest. Okay, so these are my 3 parameters I am passing to the function. Getting me? Now, what is the general purpose of this function? Definitely, as though we are engineering college, okay, I want everybody should know about the basics of economics. Okay, so you should know. So generally, if you are keeping, I say, suppose 1 lakh rupees in a bank for 1 year. Okay, so 1 lakh will become your principal amount. Okay, so principal component or the amount you are going to keep in the bank is 1 lakh rupees. For how much period? For it is 1 year. Okay, you can keep it for 3 years or 5 years. So the second parameter is the period for how many years you are keeping. Okay, and then we are having this as a rate of interest that is applicable. Okay, here I am having, suppose the rate of interest is 0.15. Getting me? So 0.15 indicate that I am getting the 15% of the interest on my amount. Okay, and you know, nowadays, okay, due to this COVID situation and the scenario that we are having, I think every bank has reduced their rate of interest, not for the loan, but also for the fixed deposit or whatever the amount you are keeping in the bank. Nowadays, it has reached more up to around 6 to 7%. Okay, I think there are less banks, rare cases where they are giving 8% also. So it is here we have shown 15% of the rate of interest, but nowadays it may get it as 6 to 7% or 8%. Okay, so that is what we have calculated. Now, for example, my simple question is, suppose I am keeping 1 lakh rupees as a principal component for 1 year period, and the rate of interest is 15%. Definitely after 1 year, how much amount I will get? I will get 1,15,000. Getting me? If it is 10% interest, I will get 1,10,000 as a return value after 1 year. Okay, so I want a function which is going to calculate this. Okay, the default value is specified in a manner syntactically similar to the variable initialization. Now here I have not specified any default value. Okay, in this function we have not specified any default value, but we have to specify where it is specified in this function. Whether I have specified is parameter number 1, no. I have not specified default value for 2, no, but I have specified this default value for parameter number 3. Getting me? What is my parameter number 3? Rate. Okay, which is of the type data type float. Float rate is equal to 0.15. Okay, 0.015. Okay, now this indicate this is my argument. I call it as a default argument having the value specified. Okay, now what this indicate? It indicate that suppose the user has passed only the first and second argument and he has not passed what is the rate of interest to be applicable. Okay, suppose I have specified here rate is 0.10%. Okay, suppose or 10% I am specified, then it will calculate according to 10%. But if user has not specified the third parameter value, then by default it will take the rate of interest is equal to 15% or 0.15. Is it clear? So this is what my default value. Okay, so above prototype liquids a default value 0.15 to the argument rate. A subsequent function call will be like this. See, now you and look at this. Okay, I'm calling this amount function. I'm passing my principal component is 5,000. I'm keeping for how many years? 7 years. My period is 7 years. But whether I have passed the third parameter here? No, I have not passed third parameter. Okay, but still this function will not give any error. If it is C programming language, it may give the error. Okay, but here it will not give the error because it considers the third parameter is not passed, but the default value is declared here, that is 0.15. So by default, okay, it will take the value of the rate is equal to 0.15. Okay, so passes the value 5,000 to the principal, 7 to the period, and let's function use the default value 0.15 for the rate. Okay, so this also works. Getting me? This is what we can say. One argument is missing and we consider default value for it. Second, here you can find, so not necessarily if you declare the default argument, you cannot pass the value, but you can pass the value also here. So this is my principal component, number of years are 5, and here the rate is specified. Let us check. 0.12 is specified, so it will calculate according to the 0.12. If it not pass, it will take it as a 0.15. Okay, it will take that value as a 0.50. Okay, is it clear to all? Theoretically, the concept is clear. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I want everyone to concentrate on the program. So I'm going to write not only this function, but I'm going to write the one more function, okay, to clear the concept of the default argument. Okay, I think after that, then we will go to the function overloading. So let us come back from this. Just 1 minute. Yes. Let me open the Turbo C editor. I think we have started giving the name as the unit number 2, na? U2 program. Okay, I take it as program number 4.C++. I want everyone to concentrate. It is very interesting program to show the use of default argument. Program to demonstrate use of FAULT default argument. Now, as we have seen the example of the same, so I just want to implement the same function first, okay, and then we will implement one more function. Okay, so type as we have learned into the PPTs. Okay, so my return type is float of the function. I think I must start with the hash include iostream.h include punio.h. Okay, so what is my prototype? Return type is float. My name of function is amount. I want to calculate the amount. Okay, what is my first parameter? It is float. Okay, that is also float. Float principal. P for principal amount. Okay, P for means how much amount I'm investing. Okay, then I'm having the second parameter as period is n, number of years. Okay, and what is my third parameter is rate. Okay, and if I just give this semicolon directly. Okay, now whether this prototype, okay, is have written any default arguments? Yes. Whatever the declaration I have done, whatever the prototype I have written, function prototype, that it has written any default argument? Yes.
No, sir.
No, any default argument or default values. So what I need to do, I have to write down the default values for it. If you are clear with this, I must write the default value. So what is my rate of interest? I want to mention by default, support it is 14. Okay, not necessarily you can declare the function. I say that my default value of number of years is equal to 3. Getting me? So I want to calculate by default. I want to keep the amount for 3 years, or it calculate for the 3 years, or it calculate for 1 year. Suppose assume. Okay. By default, it calculate for 1 year. If you are not passing this second parameter number of years n, then it will take this value as 1. Okay. Is it clear to all? So you have to specify the default value of the parameter which you want to accept the default value. Okay, so I'm just considering this as the example. Okay, now let us write down the function definition here. So my return type is float. My amount is the name of the function. What it will accept is float p, correct? Then n and the again float r. Knows how to calculate the rate of interest for 3 years and so on. Yes. Per year, I consider as minimum 1 year. Okay, I use the float sum in the value principal. Okay, I just show you with the help of the calculator. Okay, so just 1 minute. Just to, okay, I think let us have some financial understanding. Okay, that if you invest 1 lakh rupees for these many years, how much you will get. Okay, so I just come back to save the program first. Okay, I'm just coming for your understanding. Okay, I just open the calculator here. Okay, calculator I have opened. See, is it visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what I'm take the simple amount. Okay, suppose it is 1 lakh rupees. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, how many zeros are there? 5 zeros. Okay, so this is my 1 lakh rupees. Suppose I invest this 1 lakh rupees in the bank. Okay, for 1 year. And what is my rate of interest? Suppose I consider it as the 12%. Okay, so into 12. Okay, generally, if I want how much interest I will get, then I will get into 0.12. Okay, so I will get it as for example 0.12. So I will get the amount as 12,000 as the interest. Okay, but how much return amount I will get to calculate this? What I have to do is, okay, so I just this. This is my 1 lakh rupees. Okay, getting me into what I need to do. I will go for 1 point. Okay, so that one will keep your amount as it is into 1.2. Okay, so that will give me how much return amount I will get after 1 year. So it will be 1,12,000 rupees I will get after 1 year for the rate of interest of 12%. Okay, suppose I keep this for 2 years, how will I will get how much amount I will get? So this is I get after 1 year. Okay, 1,12,000 after 1 year into for second year after one more year I will get for that year also I again have 0.12. So I go for into again 1.12. Getting me? So how much I will get? 1,25,440. I will get this amount. I will get. Okay. If I'm going to keep 1 lakh rupees in a bank for 2 years with a rate of interest of 12%. Okay. After 3 years, how much I will get? Again, this is after 2 years. I multiply this with again 1.12. Okay, 1,40,000 means if I keep 1 lakh rupees in a bank or a fixed deposit for 3 years with a rate of interest of 12%, how much amount I will get? I will get 1,40,492. Getting me? Now I want to do it with help of the program. Getting me? All of you clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in program, I think that's why I have declared this. Okay, sum is having the value. So I consider integer year is equal to 1. Float sum is equal to what is my initial value of sum? It should be equal to P, means principal. So 1 lakh will be assigned to sum now. Getting me? So sum will be having the value principal component, or 1 lakh is assigned to this. Okay. And now I want to calculate it for number of years. So I just take a while loop. While year is less than or equal to n. Suppose it is 1, then it will calculate for only 1 year. If it is 2, this loop will be repeated. So n indicate number of year. Initial value of year is equal to 1. Okay. So I have to keep this money for minimum 1 year. Okay. So then in the while loop, what I have to do? Yes, anyone can give me the answer. What I should do? Sum is equal to sum into. Okay. Means 1 lakh is equal to as what we have done. The amount is equal to 1 lakh or sum into what we have done 1.12. I think we have done. Okay. So to how we'll get 1.12. So I will get it as 1 plus R. Okay. 1 plus 0.12. I think I'm having suppose the rate. So it will be 1.12. So I will get this as 1.12. Suppose the rate of interest, I will get 1.12. Getting me? If it is 15, 1.15. If it is 10, I will get 1.110. Okay, so that's why I have done this 1 plus. We can simply done 1 plus 1 R. Okay, and I must increment the year plus plus, or year is equal to year plus 1. Okay, so that, or you can say it is just incrementing the value. Okay, is it clear to all? Then we're going to return this value. Okay, return sum. Getting me? Return the sum. Okay, and this is my function. Okay, so to calculate the amount I get after the considering the applied interest, by default interest rate is 0.15. By default year is 1 year. Okay, so that I have specified, and I have to enter, at least this is not specified default argument. I must pass this. Okay, I must pass this argument. Okay, so let us write down the main function. Void main void. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, okay, in the main function, okay, I think I will not take any value from the user because we just want to clear the concept of default argument. Okay, so directly I just want to call this function here. I use CLR SCR just to clear the screen. Okay, and I think directly we can call the values over here. No need. Okay, I just correctly call the function, but return value I want to print. Okay, so return value I want to store. So I again use the float amount. AMT. Okay, short form is my float value. So amount is equal to how much amount I will get. Call the function amount. Okay, remember amount is the name of the function here we are having, or you can change the name of the function as how much you will get. Okay, so what you can give instead of amount, you will get it as okay, let it be amount, but don't give the variable again amount. Okay, same as the name of the function. Okay, AMT is the return amount that I will get. I call it as return amount. I call it as R amount. Okay, indicate return amount is equal to function name is amount. Okay, now suppose I want to pass here 10,000. I make it as very simple. It is my 10,000 is my principal component I am passing. I want to pass it for the 5 years. Getting me? I'm passing for 5 years. And what is my rate of interest I want? Suppose it is, I consider it as only point, okay, or call it as 0.10. I will get only 10% of the interest. Getting me? Oh, this is the function is not required any default argument. Okay, so this function is having all the value. Okay, all using all arguments. Okay, so I just display the what is my amount I'm getting. Final value of amount I get it as. Okay, it is my R amount. I use end L here. Okay, no issue with here. I can use slash n also. Slash n. Okay, so this is my normal function call. Okay, let us execute this first, and then we can say how I can call it by default. If it is having any errors. Okay. Amount we are having. Okay, here I have not declared R amount. R amount means return amount. Okay, so F2, yes, F9, control F9. Yes, you can get the value as 16105. Okay, and we are waiting just 1 minute. How much we and amount we have passed it as. Just 1 minute. Is equal to 1 n you have on the screen output. Suppose I have kept 10,000 rupees. See what I'm saying? I have kept 10,000 rupees in a bank for 5 years and the rate of interest is 10%. Okay, then after 5 years, I will get 16,000. Okay, so it is very correct. I want to keep it for 1 year because everyone know 1 year how much I will get. So I just pass this value as a 1 year. Okay, let me check this value. Second parameter I am passing as the 1. Okay, F2 to save. Yes, F9, control F9. Yes, definitely I will get 11,000. Okay, so 10% interest out of 10,000 means 1,000, 1,000 added, I will get 11,000. Okay, so it is very correct. No issue with this. Okay, but here we have not seen the use of default argument. Okay, so now I just want to make a call which shows the default argument. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this. Okay, to save the time. Can use this. Guess what? Okay. See here, I want to make the call with default arguments. Okay. So here, just calling this function without passing, I'm passing only one parameter, that is my amount now. Okay. So here, actually the amount is the function which takes 3 arguments. Okay. But now I am passing only one argument, that is my 10,000, which is my principal component. I'm not passing 2 parameters. Okay. So what this, whether it will give the error? The answer is no, it will not give the error because we have declared default argument. Okay. Call using default arguments. Okay. So here the second parameter is not passed. What is the second parameter default value? So here you can see in the prototype, this for second parameter default value is 1. Getting me? So it will check the default value as 1. Rate is not passed, by default it will take as a 15%. Okay. So actually the amount is the function which requires 3 arguments. In our first function call here, we have passed all the 3 arguments. Okay, but here we have not passed 2 arguments. We have passed on 3 arguments. We have passed only 1 argument. That's the principal component, but it will take the default argument if it is declared. Okay, so let us check F2 to save the program. F9, control F9. What has happened? EMOUN. Amount return type is correct. I take this as a 2. F2. Yes, just 1 minute. Just make the change in the parameter now. Okay. Don't think if it is creating problem. Just 1 minute. Float R, it is correct. Here it is correct. Name of function is amount 10,001, comma. Okay. We have given it as a float value. Okay. I think I must accept. Okay, just 1 minute. All of you cleared with the mistake that you are having, where I am having the error? Yes, anyone? See, here I have declared in prototype the number of years as a float, but actually while accepting, I have accepted it as an integer. Getting me? I think the best option is I should go for this as an integer. Correct? Because in while declaring function, I have taken the number of years as n, okay, which is integer, but I think while in prototype, I have declared as integer n. Okay, sorry, instead of integer, it is float. Okay, so let us take this integer n. Let us keep this as equal to 1 as it is by default argument. Okay, here I just want to check it. On mistake. Okay, also okay, yes. F9. Okay, now it is no error. Control F9. Yes, it is giving the correct value. See, the first 11,000 is the correct where I have passed all the parameters. In that parameters, what I have passed? I think I have passed the 10,000 amount. Okay, number of years is 1, and I have passed the rate of interest is 10%. So it has come to 11,000. Okay, but in the second call, I have passed only 10,000. But it has taken the by default value 1 year, so it is considered as n is equal to 1 year, and by default rate of interest is 0.15%, means 15%. So the amount is 10,000 or 1500 will be added into it. Okay, so this is what we are considering. So this is now the correct and the valid. Okay, so this is what this function which I am talking about. So this is a valid function call. I am passing only one parameter. I can pass two parameters also here. Suppose I want to calculate for the 2 years. Okay, but I'm not passing the rate of interest. Okay, so by default rate of interest is 15, so it is going to take it. Let us check F2, F9. Now I have taken it for the 2 years, 10,000 years, and rate of interest by default 15%. So it is control F9. Yes, it is giving the how much amount I will get after 2 years, 13,225. Okay, considering the 15% of rate of interest. Okay, and that is the value which is displayed. Okay, is this clear to all? Hello? Anyone want to ask any question? My voice is audible, no issue. Hello, I'm not getting any response. Hello? Yes, is there any issue?
No, sir.
No, okay. Okay, so I think as I have taken this example as we are learning into the PPT and the theory, I think now I want to add a very simple function which will clear you the concept of the default argument. Okay, now suppose generally you are having in programming competition and the contest, I think you are printing so many such type of the strings that you are going to display on the screen, maybe continuous star mark and so on. Okay, so now I just want to use one function here for the purpose of printing. Okay, I want to print the number of times the same character. Okay, suppose this function is not returning any value, so it is void function. One of the interesting part that we are learning, very simple function. Suppose the function is print line. Your function is print line. Which character you want to print? So I am specifying it here by default. If user is not passing in the parameter, I'm going to specify it. Suppose character ch is equal to. So by default, I want to print the star. Okay. I want to print it for how many number of times? Suppose integer length. I specify the by default length is 50. Me. So this is my function prototype having the default argument. Prototype with default argument value. Getting me? So I want to print a line. Okay. So user is not passing any parameter, then it will use the character want to print is star, and the number of times it want to print is 50 times. Getting me? So let us write down the code of this function definition here. Okay. So anyone can help me to please help me to print it. Void print line. Okay. Character ch and integer. Okay. I can same value that we are having length. Okay. So how to print? I think I must use the for loop here. So I declare the for loop integer I is equal to. I may start with the 1 or I may start with the 0. If I start with the 1, I must take the condition I is less than or equal to length. Okay, if it is 0, then it is less than length. Okay, then I plus plus. Correct. What I want to do, I just want to print it. So I use the cout here. Okay, cout. What I want to print, ch. Okay, so I just want to print the ch over here, and then I just go for int. Somewhere if I want, this should start with the new line, or after this line is printed. Okay, I want it should reach to the new line. Then I can use the cout indel or the slash n over here. Depends upon. Okay, so now let us use this as it is. So I hope all of you cleared with the function. What this function does? This function is going to print the character ch, okay, for length number of times on the line. Okay, so it is clear to all. This is my function declaration. Now how I'm calling this function from my main function. Okay, I want everyone to concentrate here. Let this previous case remains as it is. I'm just adding what over here. So here I just use print line. Okay, now I am not passing any parameter to this. Okay, so here look at this. I'm just calling this print line function. Okay, so then which default value it will accept? Which default value it will accept? It will accept the character to be print is star, correct? And then it is going to have how many times it is printed for 50 times. Okay, so I just use this F2 to save the program. F9 control F9. Yes, you can find here the output. So first two we have called that amount function. Okay, to learn argument, and now I think you can find the star is displayed 50 times. Okay, by taking the default arguments. I have not passed anything to this print line function. Okay, is this clear to all?
Yes, sir.
No, no, suppose again I just the cout slash n because I just want to print the new next on the new line. Okay, maybe before for or after for, no issue. Now suppose I want to print the number of length is 50 as it is the default length, but I want to display the hash mark. Okay, so what I need to do to pass this parameter, I will pass print line. It is correct. What I have to pass? I have to pass in single quote because it is a character. Suppose I want to pass the hash. Okay, so now this is not passing any argument. Here passing I am passing one argument, but second length is as it is. Okay, so I think this is the second example of the function call F2. Yes, F9 control F9. Yes, you can find that. I have passed the hash. So instead of default value star, user has passed hash, so it will accept it. Okay, and it is going to display. Okay, so suppose user want to change the length also. Okay, so what it will do? So it will pass all the parameters. Okay, so if it is user passes all parameters, no issue, it will accept as it is. If you are not missing one parameter, then it will accept the default parameter. So it is print line. Okay, suppose I want to display the symbol as at the rate, and I want to display it for the 7 times. Okay, here I am passing on. Okay, so I hope all of you clear with this. Is this clear to all? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is not called. Okay. The user is not passing all the parameters, and if the default parameters are declared, okay, then it will should accept the default parameter and execute the function and give you the output of the program which is displayed on the screen. Okay, so I think we have shown the two functions for which we can pass the default argument. Okay, so I want everyone to just take down this and implement it as a program. Okay. All of you take down the screenshot of this, so that will help you to have a reference when you are doing this program. See, in the first function, first float para p, p is not a default value. So if I'm going to call amount without passing any parameter, whether it is going to accept it. Function, see here, okay, amount without passing anything to it. Okay, whether it will be correct or it will give the error. Whether this will give the error. Hello? Or is it correct?
Sir, voice is not clear.
Yes, hello function without passing any parameter to it. Okay. Now it is clear. Hello, my voice is. Hello, my voice is clear now.
Yes, sir.
My voice.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I am asking you the question is now if you suppose I call this function amount without passing any parameter, whether it will give error. That will give error or not?
Yes, sir.
It will give error. Okay, why it will give error? Because we have not declared our first, I have not declared any value of my first argument p. Getting me? Float p is not having any default value assigned to it. Okay, so this it means that it must accept the minimum first argument should be given by the user, that is my p. I have assigned this for the second and third argument, default value 1 and 0.15, no issue. If it is not passed, it will accept, but I have not declared for this first argument. So if it is not declared in the prototype default value, then the user must pass this value. Okay, else it will give the error. Okay, so here I am calling this amount without passing any parameter to it. Let us check what is going to happen. Yes, F9. Yes, it is giving the error. Okay, too few parameters called to this amount. I think where it is the error, here is the error. Okay, I think the cursor is here, indicate that I am having this as error. Okay, why it is error? Because I have not declared any default value for this. Getting me? Suppose I don't want to, I call, okay, suppose I declared my minimum principal, okay, float value is 10,000.00. Okay, then I can make this function call. Okay, because now I'm having the default value assigned in the prototype. Okay, but if the default value is not assigned in the prototype, then the user must pass it. Okay, so this is what the important thing related to this. So I want everyone to take the screenshot of this and let us execute the program. Okay, I hope all of you are taking the screenshot of the first screen. Yes, you have taken this. Shall I move to the next page?
Yes, sir.
This is your float function. Okay, you can take the screenshot of this. Okay, sorry, amount function. Return value is p. So it is going to return the sum, and this is your main function. Okay. Just 1 minute. I have to delete this. Okay, because this will not work. Okay. So here I have passed first amount by passing the all parameters. Here we have passing only, or you can even call this function without passing this 2 also. You can not pass, then also it will accept it. Okay. And here I have shown you the second function. Okay. The first is not passing any parameter. Second, I am pass only one. Third, I am passing both the parameters. So it will accept appropriately. Okay. And this is what the indicate the default argument, use of default argument, okay, in C++. Anyone want to ask any question? Or consider the concept of default argument is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Time is remaining.